We'll give one to Roy for a change. We'll give one to don't worry, you're all.
Three major pieces of legislation have already passed, were massive and wide-ranging and touched every area of the economy and established new programs essentially to rescue the economy and hospitals that are struggling. This bill that passed this week is just a bill that adds money, and a lot of new money, to the programs that they already built.
I'm grateful that Congress is answering my call to deliver these additional $320 billion in relief for the American worker and for small businesses.
Congress has already spent more than $2 trillion to try to address this crisis. Prior to this bill, this is another $500 billion, which on its own would be one of the largest packages of its kind ever passed. So the fact is, this shows just the depths of the crisis that we're in. Lawmakers are referring to this package that just passed this week as an interim package or an emergency kind of sort of an in-between type package. Small businesses exhausted an existing $350 billion for this program and are getting another $300 billion. Hospitals that are struggling to stay open and survive and get equipment that they need to protect themselves get another $75 billion in this new bill, in addition to hundreds of billions that were already provided in the previous version. Lawmakers across the board have been concerned that the programs that they stood up already, the major programs, including the small business program, are being misused or accessed by companies that are not actually struggling or are too large to qualify as small businesses. So Shake Shack is the most known one, the one that's gotten the most attention. They had access to other lines of capital and somehow got, still got a small business loan.
Are you going to request that those other companies, because obviously Shake Shack was not alone in being a big company that got money in this, are you going to be asking?
I'm going to request.
You're going to ask them to return that money?
Yep.
Democrats in particular have been raising the alarms about oversight and whether there's enough functional controls to ensure that the money is being spent properly by the Trump administration. This is really putting a Band-Aid on something, but it just shows you that the money can't go out fast enough. It's running out as quickly as it's going out, and that even this may not be enough to sort of get us through this crisis moment. Something in the order of another 1 million small businesses may be able to access funds through the additional funding. So hopefully we see that slow some of the mass layoffs and the mass business closures that we're seeing, furloughs and all that. There's talk of another enormous type of bill using the $1 trillion metric. We've heard stuff about infrastructure that both parties can agree on. We've heard about tax relief that may be more controversial, but still something that I think there could be some common ground on. State and local government support, that's where the most controversy may come. Democrats are insistent. States and city municipal governments are going bankrupt right now.
When you don't fund state and local, you know who you don't fund? Police, fire, school teachers, school officials. What was the possible theory of funding large corporations but not firefighters?
Whereas we've heard Senate Majority Leader McConnell say, maybe we want to just let them go bankrupt because we don't want to be shoring up local governments at this time. We've already spent enough. So that's, I think, where we're going to see the first break in the genuine bipartisanship we've seen on these other packages. I think we're going to see that fall apart here because this is a much more expansive and a much more long-term kind of a bill they're talking about now.